This is just a short note, really. Where was I reading? He says, I'm reading Peter Fan at the moment. He's talking about metaphysics and Trinitarian theology. And he says, for instance, is it theologically permissible to begin the exposition of the Trinity with what reason can discover about God? For example, God's existence, essence, and attributes, and only then to proceed to examine what God has revealed about God's self in the Bible, that is, God as Father, Son, and Spirit, their activities in history, and their mutual eternal relations. Is natural theology possible at all? Is all true knowledge of God obtained exclusively from God's self-revelation in Jesus? And then he puts in brackets sola scriptura, though I would have thought sola scriptura is different from knowledge of God being revealed in Jesus alone, but in Scripture as well. But what Fan seems to be saying is that there are two separate approaches to formulating a doctrine of the Trinity. You can start with reason and reason your way to the Trinity, or you can start with the revelation. Though I would have thought it isn't necessarily as clear-cut as that methodologically. Surely you can... It's a faith-seeking understanding. Surely you can begin with these confessions, but have a dialogue between reasonable arguments for the doctrine of the Trinity, like, you know, the ones put forward by Richard of St. Victor or Richard Swinburne, but also be committed to being guided by revelation in Scripture as a definitive, as a norming norm. So, I don't know, perhaps it's because it's an introduction or a companion to the Trinity that he's kind of making these more general statements. But I don't know, I don't think it's that simple. I think everyone will have there'll be some sort of dialogue or interaction or conversation between reason and revelation wherever we begin. It's kind of like the it's kind of like the use of Christology from above and from below, and how really we do both isn't as clear cut as a simple from above or from below. Both have to be taken into account. So there you go, quick note on what I'm reading. That is all.